Just a quick one, guys, before we get into today's video. We do have a lot of Rangers t-shirts available on our website. Do browse the collection by going to either rfcclothing.com or going down into the link in the description. Let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. The transfer window still has 2 weeks to go until it actually officially opens, but Rangers have announced 2 signings on pre-contracts, those of course being Kieran Dow, and then last night announcing Dujon Sterling. However, the club will not have to wait for another signing, as a third signing is set to be announced imminently over the weekend after transfer talks have heated up. So yeah, it's getting really excited in the Rangers camp. We'll discuss who that third signing is going to be in today's video. But first, guys, let's go through the news. Of course, Rangers announcing their second signing last night, that being Dujon Sterling. Rangers said, Rangers Football Club are delighted today announced the pre-contract signing of Dujon Sterling from Chelsea. Dujon will officially become a Rangers player on July 1st on a 4-year deal subject to international clearance. The 23-year-old, who is versatile across the back line, becomes Michael Beale's second signing of the summer transfer window as preparations continue ahead of the 2023-2024 season. Joining Chelsea at just 8 years old, Sterling worked his way through the academy, making his debut for the first team against Nottingham Forest in an EFL Cup tie in September 2017. He has gained valuable experience with loan spells at Coventry City, Wigan Athletic, Blackpool and Stoke City, and has represented England up to under-20 level. This is what he said after signing for Rangers. I am really excited to come to such a big club. There's a lot of history and the supporters are so passionate. I am so thrilled. I wasn't expecting to make my mind up about my future so quickly, but the gaffer came in for me straight away, and what he proposed to me was everything what I believed I needed. We were on the same wavelength. He believes in me and I believe in what he is trying to do as well. It was a no-brainer for me to come. Michael Beale had this to say on the signing of Dujon Sterling. I am delighted to welcome Dujon to Rangers. He's an exciting young player who I'm sure will be a great addition to our squad. He is someone I am aware of from my time at Chelsea, and I have always kept an eye on his career as it's progressed. He is a powerful and strong defender who has fantastic attacking qualities, and I look forward to working with him at Rangers. Well, the signing of Dujon Sterling is obviously an exciting one. Plays at right back. James Tavernier, watch your position. I think James Tavernier has needed a really good player to come in and give him competition for his place. So yeah, I'm all for healthy competition within that regard. Dujon Sterling, if you are a channel subscriber, we done dealed this signing around 2 weeks ago. So as I said, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, guys, make sure you do when we go through the transfer market. As every time, actually, I've said it's going to be a done deal. It has turned out to be a done deal. I've been doing this for 2.5 years now. So as I say, Dujon Sterling, we announced to you around 2 weeks ago that that was a completed one. However, Rangers now, this is my next one, are very close to getting Jack Butland over the line. And he is set to be the third summer signing for Rangers. Yes, over the last couple of weeks, we have reported to you that Rangers have been negotiations with Jack Butland, and it looked as though it was a set-on deal that was going to happen. However, over the last couple of weeks, there have been conflicting reports basically stating that Manchester United maybe wanted to make a move for Jack Butland to have him as a third goalkeeper, and the reports basically stated that Manchester United were willing to double his wages or double Rangers' offer to keep him at Old Trafford. However, it does look as though after Tuesday night talks, reports this morning are basically saying that it is pretty much a done deal, and Jack Butland will be signing for Glasgow Rangers over the weekend. They're waiting for after the FA Cup final against Manchester City to actually officially announce it. But it looks as though Jack Butland will be a Rangers player over the weekend, which is really exciting stuff with that regard. Look, Jack Butland, again, he has been one of those sort of players that has sort of been in the wilderness a little bit. He was a very much hot prospect within the England setup for a long period of time. Was down with Stoke. Stoke then when it got relegated, he joined Crystal Palace, and then obviously hasn't really featured over the last couple of seasons, and is pretty much a story. These sort of signings is going to be familiar with Rangers over this summer because, as I said in recent videos, Rangers are never really going to sign a player at the peak of their powers. They sign they sign a player in one of the three categories I'm going to mention: a hot prospect, a young player, a player who's kind of lost their way and looking to try and get back on track. That would be a Todd Cantwell. That would be a Kieran Dow. That would probably be a Dujon Sterling. That would be a Jack Butland, would fit into that criteria. Or a sort of veteran player, a player that's sort of coming to the end of his career, like a Stephen Davis or Alan McGregor, those sorts of players that could be regarded as a top-class or world-class player, but they are coming to the end of their careers and finishing off their days at Rangers. But that's the sort of signings we go for, and I would say Jack Butland, still really young for a goalkeeper, 30 years old, is still young for a keeper. I don't think keepers really get going until their late 20s. Jack Butland has played a lot of football, but just not over the last couple of seasons. So it's going to be interesting in that regard. That Rangers, as I said, make sure that things happen. But as I said, reports this morning are stating that it is done. Personal terms are finished. And of course, Jack Butland will be joining on a free transfer and will become the third summer signing for Rangers. Exciting stuff there. Obviously conflicting. I think he is a top player and I think he'll do really, really good for Rangers. And this will be the start of something really, really special. Obviously, Robbie McCrory, I highly regard him as well. But we can't be going into a season where we're going to be competing for the title, competing for trophies, trying to get a place in the Champions League with just one goalkeeper that's 25-year-olds. You can't be taking that risk. We've seen the goalkeeper situation last season. Alan McGregor, I said last summer, not going to be good enough. John McLaughlin, I was massively getting a lot of stick for it. A lot of people said, Dan, why don't you believe in John McLaughlin? Because I said he was pish and he was never going to be a Rangers player. It took it till September until he was found out in the Champions League and then against Celtic where he let in 8 goals in 2 games. And then he wasn't really seen since. So as I said, the goalkeeping position was necessary this summer. And it looks as though Robbie McCrory and Jack Butland and maybe another one will be the 3 goalkeepers going into it. But I'd rather have competition for places than get to September, October and go, oh my God, we've made an absolute mess. It's too late, like we did last year with John McLaughlin. So yeah, I'm happy with this signing with Jack Butland. And a goalkeeper has definitely been something that we've needed, especially now that Alan McGregor is retiring or at least leaving Rangers at the end of the season. Now, in terms of other news, guys, Scott Arfield obviously sent a heartfelt message towards Rangers supporters. As I said, he has now left the football club after, 5 seasons, I think 4 seasons, whatever it was. But yeah, he basically came in and has said his goodbyes with a heartfelt message on Instagram last night. And basically said, from 55 to Seville, the Scottish Cup and everything else in between, it's been some ride. But none are more important than you, the fans. Players will come and go, but you remain the one true constant at the football club. Your support is never taken for granted. The reception I received on my last ever Rangers appearance at Ibrox, I will live with me and my family forever. It has been an absolute pleasure. All the best. Keep smiling, Scotty Arf. So there you go. There is the farewell message from Mr. Arfield. But guys, that is all I have for you today in today's sort of roundup video. This is going to be a common theme going into the summer transfer window, basically daily roundup videos. And today, as I said, things are moving forward. Rangers obviously announcing the second signing of the window last night. And then us, me basically saying Jack Butland is pretty much a done deal. I will probably make a video to say it's a done deal soon. But as I said, that looks like that'll be announced over the weekend that Jack Butland will be a Rangers player. But guys, let me know your thoughts on firstly Dujon Sterling and then Jack Butland down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we do have Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.